Singles Day in China is the largest retail event in the world. This sales bonanza takes place every year on November the 11th. And 2017 broke all previous records, consumers spending $25 billion in just one day. The success of Singles Day is closely linked to the rise of Alibaba, the online commerce company which has transformed the Chinese shopping experience. Together with similar companies like Amazon in the United States, they're pushing forward growth in e-commerce around the world. Former English teacher and Harvard University reject Jack Ma founded Alibaba in 1999. In 2014, the company debuted in Wall Street, and it is now the largest e-commerce platform in the world in terms of volume. Forbes magazine, meanwhile, estimates Jack Ma's personal wealth at around $40 billion. Alibaba began helping Chinese companies sell abroad, but now, as well as offering financial services, it's also enabling foreign companies to reach the Chinese market. Alibaba states that its mission is to make it easy to do business anywhere. In the coming years, it aims to serve more than 2 billion consumers, and to come good on that ambition, it's expanding its operations and services beyond China. Alibaba is investing around the world and increasingly working in regions such as Latin America. In 2016, founder Jack Ma visited Buenos Aires. He met with President Mauricio Macri, and Argentina signed a memorandum with Alibaba to promote a number of Argentine products to Chinese customers in a brand new Argentina channel.
China is #1 for beef exports from Argentina, it's #1 for chicken, it's #1 for red shrimp. So there are a lot of products that have a huge opportunity in China. One of the ways of boosting sales from Argentina to China is using Alibaba as one of the channels.
One of the flagship products of the new venture is one of Argentina's most prized products, its wine.
So here we're trying our flagship Malbec, which is the one available at Alibaba. This is our core brand, and we've been making this brand for over 45 years now.
That's delicious.
Lucia Pescarmona runs Lagarde Wines with her sister. Though based in the United States, she spoke to CGTN while visiting family in Argentina. Lagarde is one of the top wine producers in the country, founded in 1897 in the region of Mendoza, in the foothills of the Andes.
Argentine Malbec has thrived in the world because of its quality. It's very easy to drink, and its accessibility and pricing to the world.
This wine sells for about $14. Lagarde currently exports to 40 countries and increasingly is looking at the Chinese market. And to do that, they're doing so through Alibaba.
Alibaba is something new for us, which everybody's very excited. Being a huge platform in China, we have to learn how to navigate it and how we can differentiate ourselves with other wines that are on the market.
The head of Argentina's investment agency, Juan Pablo Tripodi, is overseeing this initiative. He lived for many years in China and says Argentina is simply not ready to respond to the scale of the demand. Though wine is one of the signature products, he quotes the example of Argentina's most promoted product on Alibaba, which is red shrimp.
The first 40 hours of a Singles Day, 10% of the exports of red shrimp coming from Argentina to China were sold in that very short period of time. It was only that because that was all the products that were available at that time.
So after last year's experience, Argentina is now working on one of the key issues in e-commerce, which is the logistics behind delivering products to consumers.
We are Argentina.
One of the things that we learned was that if we want to increase sales of this high-quality product in China, we need to have product in the destination in order to be able to supply it in a very short period of time.
They are already taking steps to solve this problem.
We are launching during this year, 2018, logistic hubs both in Shanghai and Guangzhou that are going to let companies in Argentina having product in China so that can be delivered in less than 48 hours to the customers.
As Argentina undergoes major transformation under the presidency of Mauricio Macri, Argentina is aiming to expand its export portfolio, adding value to its raw materials and creating jobs and new companies.
queremos dejar de ser el granero del mundo para ser el supermercado del mundo.
It is here where small companies across Argentina come in. In the small historic town of Banfield on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, this family business makes the traditional Argentine biscuits called alfajores. This company is run by the couple Silvia Chus and Ricardo Vitoren and translates as Pampa Skies.
El nombre viene un poco reminiscencia de lo que es nuestra tierra, la Pampa. Nuestra empresa lo que quiso es crear eso, un producto que sea con las mejores materias primas que tiene nuestra Argentina y que cuando la gente que lo regala y lo saborea recuerde su paso por nuestra tierra.
These biscuits are popular in Argentina and increasingly popular for the export market. Here they export to neighbouring countries in South America as well as to Europe, and one of their best clients is an international airline, but they are also looking to enter the Chinese market.
La idea nuestra es empezar con pedidos chicos, pero sabemos que China es un potencial comprador nuestro porque cuando vienen a Argentina se llevan como souvenir los alfajores.
Companies like this in Argentina have to reinvent themselves constantly. Historically, they've faced hyperinflation and economic crashes.
Las pymes argentinas tenemos eso, sí, esos vaivenes de las circunstancias económicas cíclicas, que de repente apuntamos a un comercio exterior un 90% de nuestra producción y de repente tenemos que reinventarnos y incorporarnos en el mercado interno, y que a veces no es fácil. Si uno usa un buen producto, tiene una empresa ordenada, siempre existe una oportunidad.
So agreements like Argentina's memorandum with Alibaba is one opportunity for a company like this to expand. But there are other issues too.
En 48 horas, desde que sale de Argentina hasta que llega, por ejemplo, a España, ya tienen en 48 horas el producto está allá. Y a partir de ahí tienen prácticamente unos 75 días que serían como para poder venderlo si lo mantienen refrigerado.
Assuring quality is vital, so too are the agreements that allow certain products to be sold abroad. Argentina recently reached an agreement to allow more beef products to enter China, but that deal was over a decade in the making. And in the meantime, Argentina runs a major trade deficit with China. Soy products dominate exports.
This point was addressed by President Macri to President Xi Jinping a few months ago, and they agreed that they need to revert part of this trade flow. That means increasing exports from Argentina to China, and that we think that food and food finished products are the key to increase exports to China.
This is a country where, according to the Electronic Commerce Chamber, 9 out of 10 adults buy online, which is high for Latin America. But when it comes to boosting exports via online sales and marketing, there's still a long way to go.
Hoy en la Argentina es todavía muy pequeño y muy embrionario este mercado. Son pocos los productores que utilizan esta plataforma u otras para poder exportar a través de canales digitales. El potencial de crecimiento es muy grande. Las posibilidades de diferenciación de productos en la exportación minorista todavía está casi inexplotada en la Argentina, y que en ese sentido la adopción de la tecnología y entender las potencialidades del negocio es algo que va a hacer que probablemente esta penetración aumente significativamente.
Argentina is still entrenched in bureaucracy to receive and send goods across borders, so there is work to be done in developing customs and shipping framework to help exporters. Another issue is marketing the country. Argentine ambassador to China, Diego Guelard, personally delivered purchases on Singles Day last year. Football is another vehicle for this, from stars such as Lionel Messi to the number of Argentine football players in China who raise the country's profile. And Argentina brings over trade delegations like this wine tasting in Mendoza last year. It has also eased tourist and business visas, but some companies say there is still much to be done.
Argentina still has a long way to go in bringing Chinese tourism to Argentina to see what it is. But once we get that going, I think once people come to Argentina, they see what it is, and that helps us a lot with the sale after.
This year, Argentina is due to extend the agreement with Alibaba to promote Argentina as a tourist destination. In 2017, a little more than 60,000 Chinese tourists visited Argentina. The government is hoping that with this new agreement, that number will more than double in the coming years. So the Argentina channel on Alibaba has opened a door to the Chinese market. There are a number of challenges, from logistics to a cultural shift in business to responding to the demands of e-commerce. Whether or not Chinese consumers are eating steak, drinking Malbec and supporting Messi at this year's World Cup, Argentina's exporters have their eye on the Singles Day party this coming November.